Up with KREM begins now.
Now at 7, a new vaccination site is opening in Spokane today. Nicole Hernandez is there now with the details.
Yeah, Tim, you can see that sign behind me saying COVID-19 vaccines, pointing the direction of the Spokane Community College here. Coming up soon, I will give you details as to why Chaz opened this and how you could book an appointment starting tomorrow.
And things are looking up for Spokane coronavirus numbers, but Health Officer Dr. Frank Velasquez issued a statement warning of some concerning trends in our area. We're breaking down the data for Spokane County before the next phase evolution.
And it is sunny early on this morning, but we're talking clouds moving back in and wind picking up later today. I'll let you know why.
And check this out. One person in Boise took it upon herself to spread some love. We'll tell you more about the woman behind the billboard. Well, the Zags are back home after one of the most incredible seasons. The men returned to Spokane from the NCAA tournament, and while they didn't come back with the championship win, they did bring home an impressive 31-1 season. One fan said it best, win or lose, we love them so much.
We do. Now, Corey Kispert, Joel Ayayi, and Anton Watson signed autographs for fans waiting to greet them back on Gonzaga's campus. You know, this could be the last time we'll see that special team all together this season. So much support, so much love, so much incredible talent, and just really good all-around men on that team. So happy this morning.
Yeah, these guys are just stand-up guys, and I really appreciate how they spend time to talk to the fans. You know, it's got to be tough. You know, they were on the highest stage, and now they're back home, and they probably felt a little disappointed, but it was great to see that they interacted with the fans.
Yeah, and I mean, as we've even seen, kids are still calling out their names when they make their little basketball shots. It's awesome. Yeah, so still role models there. And today, if you're going to go play a little basketball, maybe do so a little bit earlier because the wind picks up, and oh, if it were me, I'd just blame my missed shot on the wind later today. But right now, we're looking at temps back down in the 30s. We're at 38 here in Spokane. Dropped ever so slightly, but now that I'm standing out here, the wind is starting to pick up a little bit. It's a bit breezier, and I can even hear it starting to blow through the trees early on this morning. That wind is going to get more widespread and even start to bring in a little more cloud cover today. But right now, it's temps in the 30s in Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, and even up into Sandpoint, 35 over in Moses Lake and 42 in Wenatchee. We'll see that wind pick up and stay pretty strong through a good chunk of the day. Strongest wind happens just after the noon hour and into the afternoon. Wind gusts up near 25, even close to 30 miles per hour at times is likely, and with how dry we've been and some of that loose dirt in central Washington, it's kind of likely that we wind up seeing another little bit of patchy blowing dust. Not near as widespread as our last windstorm, but a couple of places could see a little reduced visibility from it. We'll see some moisture move in overnight tonight. Most of it stays to higher elevations. We might see a few raindrops here in Spokane, and then tomorrow morning as the cold air injection arrives, we could squeeze out a little bit more, maybe a little bit of snow. That snow level likely drops down to around 3,000 feet. If you're doing math, that means here in Spokane, we don't have to worry about it. But what you do want to know is that wind gusts later today, clouds return, but despite the wind and the clouds, we are still up near 60 degrees later on this afternoon.
All right, Jeremy, we know you'll be tracking that closely. Our big story this morning, though, today, the Spokane Community College is hosting a vaccine clinic.
Well, the site is being run by Chaz, and health appointments are available starting tomorrow. Now, this morning we do have Nicole Hernandez at the Spokane Community College to share with you how you can get your shot. Good morning, Nicole.
Yeah, good morning, Dana Marie and Tim. So Chaz says that they're actually starting this new vaccine clinic to help meet demand for vaccines here in our area. If you remember, Chaz is actually who ran the Spokane Arena mass vaccination site for a while before Safeway took over, but now they're starting this new vaccine clinic here at SCC's Walter S. Johnson Sports Complex. It's set to be open over the next coming weeks and months, and an appointment is required to receive the vaccine. You can sign up for those appointments on the Chaz Health website, and those are going to be available starting tomorrow. Community members do not need to be patients of Chaz Health to receive a vaccine, but they do have to meet current eligibility requirements in Washington state. So here's a look at who is currently eligible for the vaccine. Anyone age 16 and older with 2 or more diseases or medical conditions, anyone age 60 and older, anyone living or working in certain congregate settings, and additional high-risk critical workers in congregate settings as well. And of course, coming up here in the next few weeks, all adults will be eligible, but if you are eligible right now and interested in getting that vaccine appointment, you can text the word vaccine to 509-448-2000. We'll send you a link to how you can get that appointment here specifically at SCC and then as well as other places across our region. Live in Spokane, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
Nicole, thank you. And soon hundreds of coronavirus vaccine appointments will be available at Providence Medical Group starting April 13th. The organization will hold a vaccine clinic at the Spokane Teaching Health Center. So right now there are 550 appointments available for the first dose of the Pfizer vaccine. Eligible people can book an appointment online. To sign up for an appointment, you can text the word vaccine to 509-448-2000 and we will send a link directly to your phone.
In other coronavirus news, Governor Inslee has amended his travel restrictions to follow new CDC guidelines. Last week, the CDC announced that vaccinated adults can safely travel domestically without getting tested or self-quarantining. The governor updated his proclamation to mirroring those new guidances. Vaccinated people can still spread variants when traveling internationally and between states. Now, the CDC recommends delaying international travel until you are fully vaccinated. 7:06 now. It's time for your morning rush. More news in less time.
Real estate agents say they've never seen anything like Spokane's current housing market. So right now they say the number of houses available isn't keeping up with demand. The number of houses for sale is the lowest it has ever seen.
Population is growing. Prices are going up everywhere, and people are looking to more affordable housing. It's tough out there.
Higgins says the median house price in Spokane is getting close to, get this, $350,000. Now that's up 20% from last year. The range of houses on the market fluctuates from anywhere from 160 to 200 for sale. Compared to last year, the number of homes available are down 65%.
The second gentleman of the United States visited Yakima yesterday. Doug Emhoff met with Governor Inslee to tour the new mass vaccination site at the Central Washington Fairgrounds. The capacity of the recently opened site will increase from 200 to 1,200 vaccine doses a day. Emhoff has been touring vaccination sites across the country. The Idaho State Senate passed a bill that would outlaw nearly all abortions in the state. The so-called fetal heartbeat bill bans abortions once fetal cardiac activity can be detected. Cardiac activity can be detected as early as 6 weeks, and that's often before many women discover they are pregnant. The bill passed 28-7 on a party line vote and now goes to the House.
Washington could soon have a new statue representing the state at the U.S. Capitol in D.C. State lawmakers are proposing replacing missionary Marcus Whitman with one of Native American activist Billy Frank Jr. So Frank, who died in 2014, received the U.S. Medal of Freedom and was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize after fighting for Native American rights. The bill's sponsor says the state should preserve Whitman's statue, but that it's time for a change. Now, the measure has passed the state legislature. It now heads to Governor Jay Inslee's desk for his signature. And that's your morning rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKREM on social media.
And still to come, one woman turns her tragedy into positivity. After the break, we'll tell you the story of the Love Billboard.
Looking forward to that. Also, the first African-American man to become a full professor at the University of Idaho is making history. We sat down with him to talk about his journey and the importance of representation.
And of course, we're going to take you outside, talk clouds returning, wind picking up, and what that means as we all look forward to the weekend.